Alright, I am tier listing all the skills in this random ass game. We are warriors. So, I'm starting off with freeze. Freezes all enemy units for 3.5 seconds. I'm putting this shit in C tier. It's alright. It's like a cool ability. It's definitely useful to have the enemies stop doing everything for 3.5 seconds. But that's just it. Like, it only lasts for 3.5 seconds, and there's some way better abilities on this list. It's literally just like an okay ability. I'm pretty sure actually it is the first ability. It's the first ability I got for sure. So definitely a C tier ability. Next up we have Decoy. Spawn 3 fast moving decoys, each with 154% of starting each unit health. By the way, that percentage and shit is based off the level. Like level 9 specifically has 154%, but decoys are still good regardless. Like, I'm putting these in S tier. Like, they're just so good and clutch. Like, you can save them for when you actually like need a wall real quick, and you can put them out and you can like allow yourself to collect a little bit more resources to spawn more units. Now, they're not going to survive like too long. They're definitely utilized a lot better if you use them with other shit like the ranged troops. You can even use them with other melee troops because they move really fast. They'll move faster than your melee troops, and they will still distract despite, both of them being on the front lines. You could also use them in tangent with another ability on this list. Yeah, I'll get to that when I get there, but S tier ability. It's definitely useful. Clone. I have no idea, man. Like, this is going in D tier. Split all of your units on the battlefield in half, each with 52% of their original damage and health. My clone is at level 8. This didn't originally start. I think they each half had like 45% health and damage of the original. But it's kind of gimmicky. Like, it's cool to like see a whole bunch of, like, you can pretty much double the amount of troops that are on the map. They're going to be smaller. Like, visually they get smaller. Like, literally the troops get cut in half and 2 little ones pop out. So it's kind of cool. Like, if you already have a bunch of troops on the map and you use it, like, it visually looks pretty cool, but it's not that useful because the troops don't fit. Like, they don't walk through each other. They just bunch up on each other, and then they can't really attack the things anyway. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's not really my taste. This is a D tier thing. It's not that good. Shockwave. All of your units on the battlefield release a shockwave, dealing 86% of their damage. Now, I guess I'll put this in C or B tier, one of those two. It's definitely an ability that's more useful the more troops you have on the map, because obviously the more troops you have, the more shockwaves there's going to be. But again, it's an ability that lasts like you just click the button and then it does it, and that's it. Like, there's multiple waves for each round. Like, this ability, you're not getting much bang for your buck is what I'm saying. It's pretty solid on the damage. Like, if you have like a bunch of melee troops clumped up and then you're on like the final wave and they spawn like the whole wave of things, and then you can click this real quick, you might do a lot of damage, I guess. But after saying all this out loud, I'm gonna have to put this in D tier. Actually, this is not that great of an ability. Predator missile. Oh, I didn't explain why that little thing is up there. I'm using that to like look at the tiers because I don't feel like thinking about what the letters are. I'm stupid. But anyways, Predator missile. Launch a missile strike targeting the center of the battlefield, dealing 695% of starting unit damage. Now, this ability is also a one-time use ability. You click it, it's done. And I know I've used that as a complaint for previous abilities so far, but this one is actually really good. because it targets the direct center of the map. You always know where it's going to hit, and it does do a lot of damage. Like, you can, and it has like a decent area of effect too. It's basically like a nuke. It actually does Mushroom Cloud when you hit, and I know there are non-nukes that Mushroom Cloud, but it does a lot of damage. I've used it for a little while. I don't use it anymore, but I'm gonna put it in B tier. I know I just kind of glazed it a little bit, but it's not like that good. Like, I still said it's still a one-time use ability, so I'm putting it in B tier. This one, morale, it's alright. I'm also gonna put it in B tier. Improve the morale of your units in the battlefield, increasing their damage and health by 16% at level 9. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's just a straight boost to your units. Again, it's more useful the more units you have on the map. So it's definitely an ability you have to wait on using. But sometimes I will use this ability, buff. The next unit you spawn is bigger, increasing their damage and health by 89%. Sometimes I will use this ability, and then use this ability, and then kind of just watch this one troop wreak havoc for a few seconds before it dies, because that's a stupid idea. But this ability I'm putting in C tier. It's all right. It's pretty cool if you use it on the tough troop. Like, there's a light troop, a ranged troop, and a tough troop, like a strong troop. So there's like 3 units that you can play in this game. And if you use this ability on the strong troop, so basically you click this ability and then it turns yellow, and then the next troop you spawn will be like twice the size and have 89% the health and the damage at level 6. So it's, again, pretty gimmicky and kind of cool, I guess, but C tier. Like, it only works on 1 unit. Like, it's not, you're not supposed to really rely on, this isn't a kind of game where 1 unit is gonna do a whole lot. Like, this is a game about the armies and the swarms. So, you know what? D tier. This ability is not good. Necromancy, straight to S tier. Resurrect up to 10 dead units as zombies, each with 100% starting unit damage and 45% starting unit health at level 7. Yeah, they have 45% the health, and they usually get one-shotted by everything. Sometimes they don't. But they have 100% the damage, and they aren't targetable while they're coming up out of the ground. They're like zombies. They come up out of the ground. They're only targetable after they're already I don't know why I just said that twice, up out of the ground. And they attack pretty quickly. Like, they immediately swing as soon as they're up. And resurrect up to 10, like, you literally fill the battlefield. You just click it, and all of a sudden there's just troops everywhere. You save up your meat and then just spam the ranged troops. Do this, like, you know what this is? It's like the decoy. I don't know where I put the decoy. I hope I put it in S tier, but if I didn't, I'm moving it to S tier. But it just spawns a whole bunch of distractions that do damage. Like, it's basically decoy, but like better. Yeah, like, it just, yeah, S tier. Push back all enemy units, dealing 91% of starting unit damage. It does exactly what it says. One-time use. It will push everything on the map straight up to the front of their tower. So it basically gets everything away from your side of the map, dealing, some damage to them. It doesn't kill them. I don't remember if it even gets them to half health. I can't remember. It's it does. I mean, it does what it is. What it is. I guess I'm gonna have to put it in C tier. It's just a Joe average ability. It's not that cool, I guess. Meteors, F tier. This ability is ass. Bring down a shower of meteorites, each dealing 48% of starting unit damage. That's bad. Each meteor it won't even get the lightest troop to half health if it hits them. Because it's like random as hell. It will last on the board for like a decent chunk of time, I guess, but like, what's the point? Because it's not going to hit anything. This ability sucks. Straight to F tier. Possesses up to 4 enemy units on the battlefield to fight for you for 3.5 seconds at level 5. This ability, again, is very gimmicky. You'll notice that there are abilities that will stay on the map a lot longer than others, and those abilities are the ones that I like the most because you can control the battlefield a lot easier with those. But Possesses, it does a decent job when you use it, but the thing is, like, so like at level 5, Possesses up to 4 enemy units. If I use this ability, if there's 4 units on the map or less on the enemy team, it will possess those units, and like my units will stop attacking those units, and like they'll all turn and start walking towards the enemy base. And it only lasts for 3.5 seconds. So it's like, am I trying to use this ability to just get closer for 3.5 seconds? No. So you have to wait until there's more than 4 units on the map. So if you're not going to use it if there's 5, that doesn't make any sense. You're not going to use it if there's 6. I mean, you might if you really want to kill those 2 units. You're not going to use it if there's... You might use it if there's 7. You might use it if there's 8. Like, it makes more sense to use it the more enemies are on the map. Like, it's a very specific time you have to use it. And it only lasts for 3.5 seconds. It is cool, I guess, but I just feel like it slows the match down more than anything, because like that 3.5 seconds is not enough time to really distract. Like, again, if there's 4 enemy units on the map or less, like you're basically just turning the enemies invisible real quick for 3.5 seconds. Like, they're also getting on your team, so they're walking towards the enemy tower with you. But I don't know, it more or less, it just makes you engage them closer to the enemy tower. It's I'm gonna have to put this in D tier. Like, you can do a decent amount of damage, like, real quick in specific situations, but it's just not that great. Very gimmicky again. Recover. Now this is going in S tier. This is a good ability. One-time use, again, but recover all of your units from the battlefield and get 140% of their food costs refunded. This basically instantly teleports any troops you have on the field back to your base, and it refunds the resources you spent on them by 140%. So you're basically getting, like, if I spawn 2 light troops and then click this ability, I'm basically getting those 2 and an extra 1 back. Almost. But by the time I do that, my natural resource rate will compensate. But yeah, so obviously the more troops you have on the map, the more of a benefit you're going to get from this. This is a pretty good ability to have, like, if you want to, like, set up, maybe you got like decoys or something else like mines. You know, it's exactly what it sounds like. It just drops mines on the map. I'll talk about that in a second. You can spawn a bunch of units, set up for a little push a little bit, you know, and then you can retreat whenever you want. You click this, call them all back, you get all your resources back, and then boom, you just have a whole bunch of resources just sitting there. And then you can, use your other ability, your third ability, to like hold out just a little bit longer until you're ready to push a second time. And the second time you're gonna have like a whole bunch of troops. So yeah, S tier. Mines, I'm putting it in also S tier. Maybe A tier. I feel like I want to put something in A tier. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just being real. Am I being biased? I have no idea. Like, you can listen to my arguments and let me know. But the mines, drop 8 carpeted mines across the battlefield, each dealing 221% of the starting unit damage. It drops 5 mines, I think. Maybe 6. I can't remember. I think, no, it's 5. But each mine does a decent amount of damage. Like, at level 7, 221%, like, it does kill the light units. It kills the ranged units. For some heavy units, it kills them in 2. And for others, it kills them in 3. I feel like for most, it kills them in 3. But, yeah, like, you just click it, they drop, and that's it. And you have a little bit of a wall. Like, these mines basically allow you to completely ignore the first wave and half of the second wave. And you can coordinate around them too. Like, if you let the first enemy troop that comes out walk or across the field a little bit until he's almost to your base and then drop these, you can blow him up with the very first mine, and then you'll kill the second clump of troops with the second mine in. That way you'll have another mine like right up against their base, and then 2 mines in the middle of the map. And I don't know, you can kind of mess around with where the mines are on the field to like, strategize and whatnot. So I guess I'm gonna put this in A tier actually. S tier is kind of, it's reserved for really, like, this is an S tier and this is an S tier, and I don't know. This kind of, it doesn't last for very long. I guess that's why. It's an A tier. Heal all your units, health by 15% per second for 3 seconds. Does exactly what it says. No. B tier. Nah, C tier. It's one of those abilities that, again, is very reliant on how many units you have down on the map and how many of those units have taken damage. And I feel like most of the time, your units are either getting 1 hit or 2 hit. So I feel like this only really matters if you have a clump of heavy units that are fighting another clump of units that deal splash damage. Like, that's a very specific situation. Or if you're doing that mega troop thing, like, you might want to have a little Godzilla moment. Maybe you want to spawn in your heavy unit with this on, and then you can enhance him with this and then keep him alive a little bit longer. Like, you can definitely have some fun with that, but C tier, it's not that good. Medusa, turn all of your units on the battlefield to stone, dealing no damage, but increasing their health by 150%. Now, I actually really like this ability, but I'm going to have to put it in B tier. I like this ability. It does what it says. You have units on the map, they're going, you click it, boom, they all turn to stone. It has a little cool visual effect to it, and they stop moving, and they just kind of plant where they are, and they become shields, and their health increased by 150%. Now, you can pair this with decoys, because it does affect the decoys too. You can click the decoys, they'll come out with, they already have 154% of the starting unit health, and you can click this and it'll increase it by another 150%, and they can just become it'll be just like 3 dudes. Like, it's like a little shield you can just put down, like a little fortification. But it does take up 2 ability slots. Like, I kind of wish you can only have 3 abilities. I kind of wish you could have more. Maybe like you can unlock more ability slots in this tree here at some point, but you can only have 3, and I wish you could have more, but you can't. So I'm gonna put this in B tier. It has potential, but it isn't that practical to use, because I feel like it functions too slowly for the speed that the matches move. It's a good idea. It just... The setup, I don't know. The situations, I don't know. The situations that you would use this ability in don't progress the match. Like, if you know what I mean. It's not a bad move. It definitely gives you an advantage, I guess, but it doesn't progress the match. I hope that makes sense. I don't know what can be done to enhance this, but I definitely like the idea. B tier. Black hole, also going in B tier, summons a black hole dealing 229% of starting unit damage on implosion. Now that's a decent amount of damage. It's not that much. I definitely find myself having to react twice to things that, like, I thought this was gonna kill. But it occurs in the center of the map. It's a cool little visual, and it pulls all the enemy units around it into the center, and it starts a little swirling thing. You can definitely pair it with other abilities like this. You could just click this and it pulls everything to the center of the map, and then you can slam this onto there, and then combined with this, it does a whole bunch of damage. Like, that's a neat duo right there. But again, it takes up 2 of the 3 ability slots. So I'm gonna have to put this in B tier. It just, again, like I said this earlier, you noticed the theme. It's not useful for very long. Like, if you could use abilities more than once, or if you could have more than 3, it would be good, but it's not that great. So, I mean, it's fun. That's why I'm putting it in B tier, not C tier or D tier. It's fun to use, and that's what I care about. It's fun, so it's going in B tier. We're getting to the end of the list here. I kind of wish there was more skills, but Vengeance. 100% of all enemy unit damage is rebounded back to them for 5 seconds. Actually pretty good. Now, at first, I thought it would make it to where your units take reduced damage, and then, or no damage at all, like the enemy damage is reflected back type stuff. But that's actually not the case. They still take the full damage of the hit. The enemy troop just receives that damage as well. So it's not like a shield or anything. And this can definitely be useful if there's like a whole bunch of enemy troops on the map, which again, this is one of those abilities that is also dependent on that. And you click this, you can also pair it with decoys because it affects the decoys as well. Like, imagine doing decoy Medusa and then wait till a bunch of troops are on there and then use Vengeance. Like, there's a lot of different combinations you can do. It just sucks. There's only 3 slots. But yeah, for 5 seconds level 4, it's a okay amount of time. I don't know. Abilities that last for like a really short amount of time like this, or freeze even, like, it's just like, they're just straight like, so I'm gonna have to put this in C tier as well. It can be useful, like, it just, I don't know. I feel like this little skill things here is like an unrefined gemstone. It's super fun. It just feels like it's not fitting its full potential. But final ability, champion. I guess I'm gonna put this also in C tier, maybe B tier. I'm gonna put it in C tier for now. I might move it up by the end of my explanation, but merge all your units on the battlefield into a champion with 110% of their combined health and 134% of their combined damage at level 6. Obviously, the more troops you have on the field, the more useful this will be. It's like if you have a whole bunch of crap on the field and then you click this ability, it will merge them all and they will become a pretty beefy dude with this helmet on a horse. Like it's always the same looking guy, and he always spawns in front of your tower. It does remove all your troops from the field though, but it combines all their stats into this one troop. And this one troop has the potential to survive for a very long time. But you would almost need to like set up an entire push, like an entire attack, just to like pull the attack back into this troop. Like, unless you're saving up your resources and then spam spawning all the troops and then clicking this ability, like your goal is to spawn the champion, you're just gonna have the champion on the board. Or maybe I guess you can save some of your resources. Like I don't know. You need to like play around this ability. It's not something you can just kind of use at any given point. I mean, I guess you can. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think it's that useful. This is a game that you really shouldn't be relying on any one troop. This is a game that is about the swarm, and it's about, I don't know, like just, I don't think you should be focusing on one troop. That's why I don't really care for buff either. But champion is basically just like a more gimmicky version of buff. But I'm gonna have to put it in. I don't remember where I put buff at, but I'm gonna put this in. I'm leaving it in C tier. Oh, a bee just flew by my face. But anyways, that's my tier list for the skills in this game. We are warriors. Alright. Oh god. What is going on? Let me end this. So I just remembered something that I forgot to mention about the Medusa skill. You could accidentally like clump a whole bunch of enemies onto your troops, and like they just start shredding through your stuff, even if they are Medusa'd, and then you'll just have like a wave of enemies, and like you could potentially like backfire on yourself like quite a bit. So I guess for that I'm gonna have to move it down to a tier, to C tier. Like it's still useful. It's just like it's an ability that feels like it's in the wrong game. It doesn't flow with the gameplay. It feels fun to use. I like using it. It just doesn't. I don't know what else to say about it. It just doesn't. It doesn't. You can use it, but it doesn't. That's my explanation. Anyways, that's all. Let me try this again.